What's up, creators? Burch the Messenger here. And in this video, let's talk about how to start a business. I get the question all the time. Jay, are there a certain number of steps? What do I need to do first? What do I need to do last? Listen, in this video, I'm going to give you 10 steps. Not all 10 steps will you need, right? The most important step is to just take action. That's the number one step you can do. But stick around in this video. I'm going to give you 10 steps. Also give you the link that you guys can download the free in-depth report of the information that I'm getting ready to go over, and some other stuff too. All right, so see you in a minute. All right, guys, so we're back. Let's get into it. 10 simple steps to entrepreneurship. All the stuff you guys can literally take action with today. All right, so let's start with the first thing you need to do. Step one, do your research, right? Is there a need for your product, your service? Who needs it if there is one, right? Are there any other companies right now offering the similar product, the similar service, right? What's the competition like, right? Do you even know how your business will fit into the market? See, this is the question. See, a lot of times people get a great idea and they just run with it. And not that the idea can't work, but what you've got to understand is if you haven't done research, how do you know it's just not a trendy thing like that old fidget spinner, right? Y'all remember the fidget spinner? When's the last time you've talked about a fidget spinner or even seen one, right? So this is the basic step that you should start first, is to research. Step two, then you want to start to plan for the business, right? Now, again, there's a lot of things that go inside of planning, but I think the biggest thing is that if you intend on seeking financial support from either an investor or a financial institution, then probably going to need a traditional business plan, okay? And so, in this particular video, these are just some simple steps. Again, download the free full report. Say that 3 times fast. And then, of course, there'll also be some other links for how to create a traditional business plan. The other part of it is, with the business plan, that type of business plan generally is long, it's thorough. There's a common set of sections that investors and banks will look for, when they're looking to validate your request, your idea. So you definitely want to make sure that if you're going to be doing a traditional business plan, that you either seek a professional to do it, help you with it, or you've really got all of your I's dotted and T's crossed. And again, I'll try to give you guys as much resource as possible for you to go and make that happen. Now, if you don't anticipate seeking any financial support, listen, don't worry. I would do a simple one-page business plan perhaps. And this way, that's just for clarity. Right? Clarity about what you want to achieve, how you plan to go about it. And, you can actually do what's called create it's like a working business plan, which is, where you are on the back of a napkin, and that's your start, and then improve over time. All right. So, but you should start with some simple plan. If it's on the back of a napkin, save it, make adjustments over time, or if you're going to get money, then you know what you got to do. Now, step 3 is, you should be looking to plan out your finances. And what I mean by that is, most small businesses don't require a lot of money, if any at all, but there is going to be some type of initial investment, and it could be something as simple as buying a domain name, right? But you've got to know what these expenses are, the initial ones, and then the ones that are ongoing, okay? And there's some ongoing, that for example, in the softwares that I use, they range anywhere in price from $14 a month to as much as $300 a month, all right? And you've got to plan for these things. Now, so what I would do is put together a spreadsheet and then look at what those costs are, the startup costs as well as those over time. You need to look at, are there costs for licenses, permits, whatever equipment you might need, branding, logos, etc., etc. All right, so you want to plan those out. And, what do you anticipate that you're going to need over the next 12 months? That's important. You gotta have all of that mapped out, and those include rent, utilities, your ongoing marketing budget, marketing / advertising, however you want to refer to that. If you've got employees, you've got to be able to pay their salaries, all those things. So put all of that information down as well. Then you kind of know what part of the pool do you jump in? Do you jump in the shallow part, work your way up, or are you ready to just go deep in? Right. So step four, let's choose a business structure. Now, the messenger is not a lawyer or an accountant. In fact, I go and get structured advice myself from professionals. So, what you need to think about is your structure can mean a lot of things to you. And in your small business, you can be something as simple as what we call a sole proprietorship, where it's just you by yourself. You could be a partnership, going in business with another person. You could be a limited liability company, which is where there's a limited amount of exposure, or you could be an incorporation, incorporation, or what we refer to as a corporation, right? And there's a couple of ways to structure that. The business entity that you choose will impact a few factors, and those could simply be the business name. It could be much more, aggressive to the point where it could be liability issues, right? Even down to how you file your taxes. So you want to look at that. And then, again, depending on the complexity of your business, it's probably worth getting a consultation from an attorney or a CPA. A lot of those, they'll give you free initial consultations before you even need to, create a retainer with them, right? So either way, though, if you're not sure, don't just leave it up to your ability to, keyboard whip the Google. Get professional advice, because there's a lot of information out there. The other part of it is it's the internet, so you want to know that the information that you're getting is accurate. All right. So step five, pick and register your business name. Your business name, plays a role in almost every aspect of your business, from how people refer to it or what they think. Every time they hear it, that first image, right? So you definitely want it to be a good front part of your business. Now, once you've chosen that name for your business, you want to do stuff like make sure it's not trademarked or currently being used. And of course, in some other videos that we offer, we show you some step by step with that. A sole proprietor must register their business name, so keep that in mind. And that's going to be with either the state or the county clerk. And of course, you want to do your research with that. And then corporations, LLCs, and limited partnerships, typically you register those names when you're actually putting the paperwork together. So if you're going to do the over the shoulder part of this training, where you're going to do your own LLC, you will definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, be putting that in that paperwork. All right. And then the other part is, you don't want to forget that to register your domain name. Once you've selected your business, you want to go ahead and go to one of the links that I provide for you guys, and just register a domain name so you can have that. You don't have to do anything with it, but you would rather get it now and not need it than to need it and then not be able to get it because somebody else has got the name. All right. And I see that several times in my endeavors with businesses, right? They don't even have their own domain name. Somebody else does, right? And it's like some crazy domain. All right. The other part is step six. You want to get licenses and permits, right? And you should have already researched that information in the beginning. If you needed a license or needed a permit, but not right then, at least you know what it is. You knew what the cost was. So you want to make sure before you have your grand opening or open up your door or grill the first burger or whatever you're going to do, you want to have your licenses and permits to make that legal for you. Step two, you should have an accounting system in place, or at least have identified. Maybe you're waiting to purchase it, a license or something like that, or maybe you just hadn't started to think about it. Well, you definitely want to have that. Even if you're just a sole proprietor, something as simple as being able to keep track of gas receipts, food receipts, things of that nature. You want to be able to have a record keep, and it's something as easy as on your phone. You can do that. And then there's so much more extensive type of softwares where you got to have a computer, a desktop, a laptop, something like that. All right. A lot of these you can set up yourself, or you can hire an accountant, as we talked about earlier, and a CPA or accountant, somebody who can, who knows what they're doing, or at least can give you some direction. So you want to have that in place so you can keep track of deductions, and you want to make sure that whatever money you're making, you're not just giving it up because of dumb accounting mistakes. All right. So step eight, set up your business location. So you would have already have done this. Hopefully, by the time you open up your door, you've recognized where the best place for your business would be. traffic, the ease of getting to where you are. If you're at a brick and mortar, maybe you're a mobile business, so that doesn't matter. But based on location, if you're doing the type of business where, maybe it works better for warmer climates, but you happen to live in a cooler climate, then maybe that means you got to relocate. So a lot of these things you want to take into consideration. And then, you want to make sure that even inside of your business location, you've got everything that you're going to need in terms of equipment and, your basic setup so that you're ready to go, so that you don't have to worry about missing anything. All right, step 9. So you're just about to wrap up here in these last couple of steps. You should have a team already ready in place. And that team could be employees that you're hiring. There should already be, trained and ready to go. If you're not hiring employees, but maybe you're outsourcing or using a freelancer, then you should already have those individuals in place. And in some instances, you might even need an independent contractor agreement. Most freelancers today are going through some of your more popular platforms, and you guys can check out the video on that. But very rarely will you need the independent contractor agreement like from an attorney, but there might be instances that you do. So again, keep that in mind. If you are a true solopreneur, and most people are, you may not necessarily need the employee or can afford the employee. You may not even have an independent freelancer that you're working with, but you want to have somebody like a mentor, somebody that you can either physically go to or talk to, or maybe it could be somebody as simple as, like for example, someone like myself who puts information out on YouTube to keep your mind positive, to keep you, inspired, to give you opportunities to go out here and be successful and level the playing field. Somebody like myself you might want to tap into, or you may want to have a specific small business coach. I offer coaching as well, right? It could be anybody. Right? It could be somebody as simple as like a great aunt who's always there, give you that good hug, give you that words of encouragement. But you need somebody, because it's in business, period, in life, period. We're met with obstacles. This is facts. And so, what do you think that's going to look like now? In some cases, a person who goes into business, sometimes you got to burn the bridge and you don't have nothing to go back to. And when that road gets bumpy, who do you call? All right. Last step, y'all, promote your small business. Do you understand that in order for your business to thrive, in order to be around, you've got to promote your business. Your business needs to be promotable, okay? And that means that you should have a marketing plan in place from the beginning, not waiting, word of mouth and oh, we're gonna have a grand opening. Oh, okay, cool. What type of online campaign? Well, we're just gonna put up a Facebook page and put some posts up, and all of the people who like the Facebook page are the family and friends. These are not the people who they need to do business with. So marketing is something that should be infused in your business, whether small or large, whether you're making $100 a month or $1 million a month. You need marketing. You need customers. You need clients. You need to make sales. And if you don't have that in place, then this business of yours will be short-lived. So, all right, y'all. I hope you appreciate this information. Please like, comment, subscribe. I forgot to ask you guys to do that in the beginning of the video. Hit the bell button. I plan on continuing to load information just like this that you can go, put to work and become successful on your own definition, on your own time, on your own activity. All right. So again, I also told you that you can download this full in-depth 10-step report, if you will. That link is in the description. You can also go back to the website. My website is janteburch.com. You can download that as well from there. Also, make sure that you check out some of the other programs, the Expert Secrets Business Building Academy, in which we're looking at the foundation of information from Expert Secrets from Russell Brunson. I am using that as a training catalyst to actually go in and show people how to structure their business, how to grow a following. And then that in conjunction with Clickfunnels, we're doing different strategies that exist out here. We're just looking to create success inside of that. So check that information out as well as the Think and Grow Rich life hacks, where we take the principles of Think and Grow Rich, we discuss it, create a positive, like-minded environment so that You know, even if you don't have that local to you, it's a place that you can go. You can get that high energy, that high frequency, that high vibration, and keep your way moving towards success. The positive living, season of positive living is what I like to call it. So, with that being said, man, please again, thank you for coming and checking it out. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know, does this information help you? What would you like to see? What would you like to learn more about? And listen, man, each one teach one. So with that being said, man, love yourself. All right, love yourself. All right, nobody can love you better than you. That way, when you love you, man, what do you think the world's gonna give you? Nothing but love. All right. With that being said, man, the messenger, I'm out. Peace.